Hey guys, my name is Myron. I make art, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to create and sell your own merch. You know, say you've had this idea for a while, you've been wanting to put out a t-shirt, you've been wanting to put something out for your brand, you've just wanting to put out a hoodie or something like that, and you don't know how to go about it. This is the video for you, and so just watch it and I'll pretty much give you all the information that you need to go from point A to point B, right? First thing is, if you want to make merch, you need a design, right? If you're going to sell something, you need to create a design for it. When you're creating things like t-shirts, when you're creating, hoodies, things like that, a design is going to be a little bit different because a lot of times most things are screen printed. So here is an example of a screen print. And so when you screen print something, you basically create layers of colors. So let me just give you an example. This is a 3-color screen print. This black is one layer, this pink is one layer, and this purple color is one layer. So when you're creating these designs, you have to keep these colors in mind, and sometimes you have to simplify your design. And that's kind of in regards to screen printing, because the more colors that's in your design, the more expensive the print will be. And I don't know, depending on what your budget is, what your economics is, you have to take that into consideration. Moreover, there's another way of designing things where you can make a full color design, and I would say this is less common, but this is called direct-to-garment screen printing. So this was a full color design that I submitted. I use websites like Threadless or Redbubble if I want to make these full color prints, and that's because they're professionals at what they do. And so I literally just bought one sample of that just to see how it would look. So that's the first thing, is you need to create a design, and if it's in the screen print, you have to put it in vector form. When something is in vector form, no matter how much you zoom, expand it, it keeps the quality of the picture. Versus when you do a pixelated design, like a JPEG, if you notice you have a picture that's a JPEG and you zoom very, very close to it, it will be pixely and you won't even know what the design is. When you have a vector, no matter how far you zoom into the picture, it will retain its quality, it won't get blurry. So screen printers will use vector images to create their screens. Okay, so you'll need to have access to software that you can create vector images on. What I use is Illustrator, but I think there are other softwares that you can use. So you have your design, you know what you want to do, you have it in mind, you have your design, you've created it digitally, it's in vector form. Now what do you do? So the way I go about it is I will get blanks from a wholesaler. A blank would be this sweatshirt without the design, right? So I look on different websites, different wholesaler websites, and I see what the prices are. So I go on different websites and I compare the prices of the different blanks. So fortunately for me, I know that this Hanes P160 Eco Smart hoodie is comfortable, it has a nice fit, so I prefer it when I'm getting sweatshirts. When you know the design that you want, what you can do is you can search that specific design on the internet. So for example, Hanes P160, and you'll see a bunch of different wholesaler websites pop up. And what I would recommend is looking at these different sites and comparing the prices, because the prices can vary drastically, right? And if you're just getting started, you're not trying to spend a whole lot of money right now, you're just trying to be economical. Well, in general, you want to be economical about what you do. So go on these different wholesaler sites, things that I'll go on is like shirtchamp.com, shirtwholesaler.com, apparel for print, shirtspace.com. So those are just examples of different wholesalers that I'll look at when I'm going to buy my blanks. I don't recommend being too ambitious when you're first starting to sell merch. I think it's very smart to start in small batches and small quantities of, let's say, 20 to 30, and try and see what you can do with that, because you don't know what your audience is. You don't know what the demand for your stuff is. So if you buy 100 pieces and you end up selling 20, then you have 80 pieces sitting in your room, and that's a lot of space. And not just that it takes up space, is you just paid for 80 pieces to be made and you're not making money on it, right? So you end up losing money. I recommend just starting off with small batches and scaling up as you go. As you grow your brand, as you grow your art, as you grow whatever you're doing, I would gradually scale up versus starting really big and falling flat. Make sure you know what kind of product you're getting, right? You want to know what kind of t-shirt or hoodie and how it feels. So I recommend, if you're gonna go and invest a lot of money into buying a lot of hoodies or a lot of t-shirts, you want to be able to vouch for the t-shirt, to make sure that it's comfortable, make sure it's quality. One way you can do that is you can order samples online, maybe order 1 or 2 and see how they feel like. The worst thing is to have the most amazing design on an uncomfortable shirt. If your shirt is not comfortable, do you think people are gonna wear it? So it's a huge tip. One thing you can do is you can look in your closet, you can look at all the t-shirts and the hoodies you have. You can ask yourself, what is my favorite hoodie? What is my most comfortable t-shirt? And you can just look at the back of the tag, and that can kind of tell you the brand, the style, and it can give you some insight into maybe what you're looking for in a t-shirt or a hoodie. You have your blanks, you have your design. What's next? Next thing that you need to do is you need to find a screen printer, somebody who can print the design on your merchandise, right? So do a little Google search about the screen printers nearest to you. Like I said, we want to be economical about what we're doing, so get a little price list from each screen printer, see how much they charge, compare the prices, and once you have a place that fits, then you just bring it in and you get your merch. Typically it takes them about, say, 1 to 2 weeks to print on your things, and if they do good, it will come out like this. So just to recap what we talked about, having a design and putting it into digital format, into a vector format, something that you can send to the screen printer. You want to know, you want to go to a wholesaler where you can, buy the blanks, buy your shirts, all that stuff at an affordable price. And then what you want to do is send it to a screen printer and have them print the design onto the merchandise. And then you get it in about 1 to 2 weeks, and then you start selling your merch. And we'll talk about kind of ways you can go about selling your merch in a later video, but that's really the basics of how you can create and start selling your own merch. If you found this video valuable, you can follow my YouTube, Myron Makes Art. You can subscribe to me. I have Instagram right here. Just take it for what you think it's worth. And I want you to have a good day.